Well, what I've learned is that whenever you talk to the media, you get asked about Donald Trump. But whenever you actually talk to voters out there, you're getting asked about the price of heating oil. You're getting asked about energy policy and Ukraine. And so the serious issues are what the voters are absolutely interested in. And that's an opportunity for me to make my case for the challenges that we face in this country. I have the breadth of experience to address those, whether it's border security, the fentanyl crisis that we have, the need to control federal spending and balancing the budget, as I have done as governor. And so it's been encouraging to me to be out there campaigning, to listen to the voters, but also to make my case that I can lead this country effectively.
You know, I noticed you at the start, you were attending Vice President Pence's speech. You know, why was that important for you to be there and hear what he had to say? Because obviously he's a campaign opponent, but at the same time, there's not a lot of mud throwing between you guys either.
Well, Mike Pence is a friend, and I respect him. I love him, and he's been a fellow governor, so I wanted to hear some of what he had to say. And he fires the crowd up, and so, we're in some ways competing for the same vote, and I think there are some differences between us. Both in terms of our approach to Donald Trump, but also in terms of some of the specific issues. But we see eye to eye on many things, so it's going to be a good campaign. And that's where the voters have a challenge, because there's fine distinctions sometimes between really good candidates that are offering themselves. But my leadership experience is really unmatched out there, and I'll put that up against anyone.
You know, since we last talked in Bentonville, you've had more people enter the race trying to find that non-Donald Trump vote out there. How do you navigate through that traffic and be the person to lead the party and maybe face off against President Biden come next November?
Well, you work hard, and remember, it's early in this race. And I have been surprised, quite frankly, that we went from 8 to 12 candidates on the Republican side. And it reflects the fact that there's more out there that want more change. And they see the need for leadership and an opening. So in some ways it's encouraging, but it makes it more competitive. And so we got to make our case every day, and voters are responding to that, and I think they'll continue to.
Mm-hmm. You know, in terms of the culture war stuff, Josh Hawley mentioned it. Where's the balance between policy and culture war issues? Because it seems like, especially on the Republican side, that sometimes can drown out legislation, other issues. So where's the line and where's the balance between the two? Or is there?
Well, there is a balance there. It's a point of emphasis. I believe the major issue for next year's campaign is going to be the economy. That's why I'm talking about making sure we get interest rates down, that we emphasize individual responsibility in growing our economy and the opportunities that our economy can bring. So that's the driving force for me. Now, as I pointed out, you've also got to talk about things that people care about, which is our culture, but it's how you address it. And I believe our biggest impact on the culture is through our families, through our houses of worship, and that's a fine distinction between some of the candidates. You don't always have to use governmental power to make sure we can have our culture move in the right direction.